All right, so we've got our yoga for letting go of the day. Hopefully, power cuts will be kind. If it does cut out, we can try once more just to log back in, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, I say as the lights flick, it'll be all right. Okay, so yeah, you don't need anything. We're going to hopefully finish with a good long savasana that we will start off with a progressive relaxation where we work through the body. So we're hopefully going to have enough time to sort of nice and chill at the end. So if you're using the playlist, you can pop that on now, or your own music. And then when you've done that, we're going to start in a seated position. So just find an easy seat. So, and when you get there and make yourself comfortable, before you close down the eyes, just make any movements through the body. If you need to shake the arms out or shrug and lower the shoulders, just make some movements to shake away the day, to clear some space in the body. And just let you feel ready to settle rather than just landing and forcing the body to be still. And when you've made those movements, then you can close the eyes. You can just begin to observe the shape that the body drops into. Take a few deep breaths here. And then as the breath begins to find its natural rhythm, you can just observe that. So we use this stillness at the start of our practice just to separate ourselves from whatever was happening previously. To give always the physical body, but also the mind, the chance to collect on the mat. Sometimes that process takes place quite easily. You land, you're here. Other days it can be a little bit harder. And on the days when it's a little bit harder, we just have to give the mind a focus. Become aware of things that are on the mat. So with that, we tune into our internal world. Start to become more aware of the physical sensations in the body. Become aware of your energy, the general feeling, the general mood that's arrived with you onto your mat. And if there's anything that's particularly staying with you from your day, anything that you need to let go of, be aware of that. And start to breathe a little deeper. You may start with a rise and fall through the chest as you breathe. Try and expand that a little bit. Feel as if the body is moving and expanding in all four directions as you breathe. And be aware of a gentle rise and fall. Feel as if the breath is just clearing way for your practice. So we're going to start with just flowing movement in our practice tonight. Sort of draws us into that awareness of what we're doing, that focus on breath to movement, and then we'll find some slower poses before our relaxation at the end. So we're going to begin with those side bends that we build more of a sway into. So you can just start dropping over to one side. And there's no real breath to movement for these to begin with. You're swaying forward and sweeping the arms round. So I think we did these the other night and said that it's sort of a mix of getting into the hips and also into that shoulder of the lifted arm. So you can take them at any speed. You can make them as big or as sweeping as you want to. Just tune into how the body's feeling, and if there's tightness through the back or the hips, take it easy to begin with. That's it. And then next time you come round to the right hand side, just stay there, open your left arm up, maybe walk the right hand a little bit further away and bend into it so that you're opening through the left rib cage. Big expansive breaths there, feel the body moving and opening through the left hand side. And then in your next inhale, sweep both arms up and overhead and move it round into a twist to the left. As you land here, connect with your breath, lifting through the inhale, rotating through the exhale. And then bring yourself back to center, bring fingertips to the shoulders and just take little twists through the spine. It doesn't have to be too fast or too full in those twists. That's it. Come back through center, release the hands, swap the legs over. From there, interlace the fingers, press palms up to the sky, take a little lengthen through the spine, a little sway through the body. And then release the hands and take that side bend over to the left. So left hand comes down, bend into it, open the right elbow back, breathe into the right hand side. And then sweep the arms up overhead, lengthen as you breathe in. Take that twist to the right as you breathe out. Settle there for a few breaths. Come back through center. This time just loop the shoulders a few times up to the ears, drop them down the back of the body. You can take them both ways, so dropping towards the rib cage. All right, from here, send your right leg out. It helps if it can slip a little bit, but don't worry too much if it can't. Again, we're taking those sweeping movements, but we're taking it in to the hips as well. So your left hand will come across as if you're clearing space towards that right foot. And then as you come the other way, you'll press it into the hand and lift the hips up. So again, there's no real breath to movement, no real speed for this. Just spin yourself around. Find openness through the front of the body. That's it. Just take a few. And then next time that you come round and over that right leg, keep the hands there, just lift the chest up, breathe in, and then fold along the length of the right leg as you breathe out. And keep lifting the right toes up, let the body drop forward. And then from there, move it into a side stretch. So you use your right hand on the leg to hold you nice and steady. Open the left arm out and then reach up and over. So again, taking that side bend, opening through the left ribs. Keep the left hip pressing down into the mat. And then come nice and slowly back up. Swap the legs, taking just the same the other way. So using the left hand to sweep round towards your left foot. And then take it up and over. So a speed that works for you. Take a couple more. And then next time you come round and over that extended leg, bring your hands either side of the leg, lift through the chest as you breathe in, fold over the leg as you breathe out. Take a couple of breaths there. I'm disappearing under the desk to turn my radiator off. It's absolutely boiling. And then you're opening up from there into a side bend. So left arm stays on the leg, spiral open the chest, and then reach up and over with that right arm. Yeah. Keep the right arm open and lifted though, so it's a side bend. That's it. Lovely, bring it back up. Spin your legs round, come round to your all fours. Cat and cows. Keep them gentle through the low back if, like me, you're prone to arching. So keep a little engagement of belly button in towards the spine. So breathe in as you dip the belly, draw the heart through. Exhale, round the spine. Take a few more with your breath. Lovely. And after that, you're lifting into a downward dog. So inch the hands slightly further forward, tuck the toes, lift your hips, pedal out the legs. And take a few breaths with some stillness. All right, so we're coming forward towards a high plank. As you get there, drop the left knee down, spin on that knee to open into your side plank. So squeeze the hips forward, open that right arm up. That's it. Bring the right hand up and over towards the ear, extending out through that side. Now, a choice here, if it's not for you to pick up into gate pose, you're just going to keep working through the arm. You can take circles, you're just moving through that side. If you feel happy to, you're lifting up and coming over towards the gate pose. And then spinning back down and continuing the arm in one big circle. That's it. And then take it the other way. As that circle comes round, lift up, take it over into gate. Sway it back. Find your side plank, circle the arm. Yeah, so take it back the way to lift. So we use that momentum to lift, come to side plank and take one full circle of the arm. Lovely, take one more. Oh, coming up too early. And then spin that arm back round, return to your downward dog. We'll take it on the other side, so come forward towards high plank. Drop the right knee this time, spin onto the knee, open into your side plank. Squeeze hips forward, extend left arm over towards the left ear. Then we start that flow. So left hand, circle it round once, and then pick up into your gate pose. If gate pose is not for you on this side, just work with the arm movements. Take it back, big circle round. Circle the other way to lift. Take it back. Got a couple more. A nice side bend if you're reaching gate pose. Last one. Lovely. When you return back this time, take it back. And as you come back through all fours, widen the knees, sink hips to heels, and just land in your child's pose for a few breaths. Send the hips back, extend, fingertips forwards. All right, from there, start to lift up, come towards that cow shape rather, drawing the heart through, press the hands into the mat, and then send hips back towards the heels. So it's just breath to movement, nice and easy. Come forward on the inhale, drop back on the exhale. One more breath to movement. And then come forward, wiggle the knees underneath the body, tuck the toes, come back to your downward dog. All right, from your downward dog, lift your right leg nice and high, take a big breath in. And then step the right foot forward outside of the right hand, drop the back knee, find your lizard lunge. So this is just a chance to sink into the hips, keep the chest lifted, stay up on the hands. Few easy breaths here. You can sink into stillness or sway the hips a little if there's tightness there. And then from here, we're taking it round into an extended child's pose. So just ease out of the hips a little bit. This right leg is going to come around to the side so you can press into the outer edge of the foot. Toes are pointing forward. You can't quite see mine. From there, tuck the back toes and sink your hips towards the left heel. So keep pressing into the outer edge of the right foot. Drop the body down against the left thigh. And then bring yourself back up. Just draw the right foot in slightly and then bring it back round to the front. You'll need to heel toe it in towards center here. And when you arrive, sweep the arms up, find your crescent lunge. Broaden across the chest. Again, keep a little bit of control in the low back. Send the tailbone down, but sink into the hips. From here, we take an inhale. We open into cactus arms as we exhale. Just hold for a breath with those arms back, taking up space, and then sweep them back round. So just slightly slower than we would do normally. Inhale. Exhale to open. Full breath. And then spin them back round. Take a big inhale. Drop hands to the mat as you exhale. Return to your downward dog. Pedal the legs out. And taking the second side, so left leg lifting on your inhale. Step forward outside of the left hand. And drop the back knee, taking that lizard lunge. So stay up on the hands, draw the heart through, sink forward into the hips. Got a few breaths, you can sway it out. All right, from there, just ease out of it slightly. Take that left leg round to the side, pressing into the outer edge of the foot. Tuck your right toes, sink back towards the right heel. Keep the arms extended forward. You may end up quite high in this one or resting on forearms or even a little bit lifted. Just wherever you get to, keep pressing into the left foot, lifting the arch of that foot, finding a stretch through the inner left leg. And then bring yourself back up nice and slowly. Ease that left foot back round to the top of your mat. Right in towards center, and then sweep the arms up, finding crescent lunge. Feel like you're drawing the shoulder heads back, broadening across the collarbones. Take the arms a little bit wider. And take an inhale here. Cactus the arms as you exhale. Leave them in that open position for a full breath. And then sweep them round. Big inhale. Open on the exhale. Taking that breath. Sweep them round once more. Big inhale. Hands to the floor as you exhale. Step forward. Top of your mat this time into forward fold. All right. Start to just unravel yourself here, coming up to standing. You can let the head and the shoulders hang as you arrive and lift up. Loop the shoulders back when you get there. We're just taking a couple of just simple salutations, keeping it nice and easy, but to move the body, match those breaths to movements. So as you breathe in, lift the arms up, gaze towards the thumbs. As you breathe out, hinge at the hips, bend the knees, and fold yourself forward. That's it. From there, you're going to take an inhale to lift halfway. Draw the fingertips up towards the knees. Find a long spine. And then bring hands back to the floor. Step back into your high plank. Lengthen out as you get there. Press the floor away. Lift the belly button up. And bring the weight forward over the hands. Take a breath in. You can always drop the knees first. Lower yourself all the way down to the mat. Roll the shoulders back, release the toes, find a cobra. And then push yourself through all fours, back to downward dog. We're walking the hands back towards the feet rather than the feet forwards. So start to just pad the hands back, bend the knees as much as you need to, finish in a forward fold at the back of your mat. And then bend into the knees, sweep the arms wide. Inhale, root to rise. Bring hands down to heart center. That's it. Take a little turn, just half a circle to face the back of your mat, to come back in just the same way. So big inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, hinge and fold. Halfway lift on your inhale, flat spine. Step it back, high plank. Pause as you get there, lengthen the tailbone. Find that long line of energy through the back of the body. Breathe in as the weight comes forward. Knees or toes lower down. Loop the shoulders, release the toes, cobra. And then push back through all fours, downward dog. That's it. Walk hands back slowly towards the feet. Heels will drop, knees can be soft, let the head hang down. Inhale, root to rise. And bring hands down to heart center. Take that little spin back to the top of your mat. Lovely. Take a big inhale, sweep the arms up high. Hinge and fold forward as you breathe out. Halfway lift. This time we're finding a warrior two. So step your right foot back long on the mat. Drop the heel in as you arrive. So you have front heel aligned with the back arch. And then spin your arms to find your warrior two. So you're facing the right hand side of your mat, bending deeply into the left knee, draw it open. Soften the shoulders down, gaze forward. That's We're taking a few breaths here. Press into the feet. Keep the legs strong. And then inhale to take reverse warrior. Lean it back. Reach the left arm up. Spiral hands back to the floor. But we're walking straight round to the long edge of your mat. So turn to the right, toes in front of the heels. Take a nice big breath in to lift the chest. Find that flat spine. And then fold yourself forward. Lovely. Land here with your breath. Be aware of any movements through the body, little rises and falls as you inhale and exhale. Lovely. Come up halfway onto fingertips and walk round to the back of your mat. So you're coming round to the back to set up just the same for warrior two on the other leg. So left heel drops in, press into the feet, windmill yourself up. You're facing the same way as you were before, but towards the back of the mat, bend into your right knee. Yeah, lovely. Drop down, soften the shoulders, extend beyond fingertips. Feel like you're wrapping this right thigh underneath. Big inhale as you reverse your warrior, lift the right arm up. And then windmill hands back down to the back of your mat. Walk round to the long edge of your mat, same side, toes spin in front of the heels, lift halfway as you breathe in, ripple forward as you breathe out. And shake any tension out of the head, the neck. And really tip the weight forward into the balls of the feet. Come up halfway, back onto fingertips, long spine. Walk it back round to the top of your mat. This time, legs stay just as they are and lift you up into high crescent. So just as we did at the start, but the knees now lifted. So draw that right thigh back. As you settle here, take a breath in, reach high. Cactus the arms behind you as you breathe out. We keep them flowing this time. So inhale to sweep up. Exhale to let them drop. One more. Lovely, big inhale. Bring the hands down to the heart. Step forward to the top of your mat and take your right foot into tree. So left leg is still standing, supporting. Press foot into left calf or thigh or ankle. And draw open that right knee. Be aware of your breath here. Find a drishti, a focus point. And then release that foot down. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up. Hinge and fold forward as you breathe out. Halfway lift. Step your left foot back, stay on the ball of that foot. Find your high crescent on the other side. So draw that left thigh back, drop into the right knee. Keep the legs nice and strong. And float the arms, take an inhale. Cactus to drop them away as you breathe out. Sweep them back up on the inhale. Two more with your breath. Bring them to the heart. You're stepping back to the top of your mat, onto that right leg. Left foot lifts into tree. As you find your tree pose, connect through that supporting foot, press down into the earth, rise up through the crown of the head. Two more breaths here. And then drop your left foot back down. Take an inhale to sweep the arms up overhead. Leave them up as you sink the hips back just to find a chair pose. Doesn't have to be too deep. Angle the tailbone down, draw in the low belly. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, keep the knees nice and bent. Drop the belly towards the thighs. And then as you fold forward, just lift the sit bones as far as you have space to do so. And then from here, we find our Hindi squats, our malasana. So lift up halfway, heel toe the feet a little bit wider so the toes just point off your mat. And then start to sink the hips down, draw the knees nice and wide. If you can, pick up the chest, either hands to the heart, press elbows into knees, or you may stay a little bit higher and just support. Just make sure you're sending the knees as wide as you can. Few breaths where you settle. And from here, we're going to sit down all the way onto the mat. If you want to find a different way there, you're welcome to. If you feel safe enough to drop back and find a seat, you can go that way. When you arrive, soles of the feet together for your cobbler pose. Draw the heels in nice and close if you can. Maybe take a little wiggle through the knees just to loosen up into the hips. Hold around the feet or the ankles. Draw the heart forward as you breathe in. And then lean forward as you breathe out. Keep your spine long to as far as you can, but then allow the body just to round. Head drops down. Elbows maybe come in front of shins. Really flop forward into it. Let the body be heavy. Nice big belly breaths here. Expand into the belly as you breathe in. Let that create more openness and stretch through the hips. And then lift yourself back up nice and slowly. From there, extend the left leg forward. Cross your right foot over. We're taking half Lord of the Fishes. If you want more for the hips, you're welcome to tuck that left foot underneath your right hip, or you can leave it extended. No matter which you take. When you're in your chosen legs, lift your left arm, breathe in. Sit as tall as you can, and then spin to the right as you breathe out. Elbow can wrap the knee, or if you prefer, just hug the right thigh in. And stay with your breath for a few more cycles on this side. If you have more room to twist, turn the gaze all the way around over the right shoulder. Lovely. Spiral back to center. If your left leg was tucked underneath, you can release it. Drop your right foot inside the inner thigh. Take an inhale to lift. Toes come up with the chest. And then walk yourself forward. Stay as long as you can, as far as you can, and then drop the head down. So rather than worrying about dropping, you're trying to extend the crown of the head towards the toes and beyond. Lovely. Bring yourself nice and slowly back up. And then swap the legs, right leg's out in front. Left foot is crossing over. If you want to tuck the right foot underneath, you can take that option. So find your legs first. Left fingertips to support. Reach the right arm high, breathe in, find length. Twist to the left as you breathe out. Connect that elbow to knee, or take a hug of the knee in. Keep lifting right toes and pressing into the big toe of the left foot. If the breath has become shallow because of that twist, making it harder, do your best to find space. Let the breath expand the body. And with those little bits of expansion, we sometimes find a bit more space to rotate into. And then we can unravel. Drop the left foot inside the right thigh, pick up the right toes, pick up the chest, breathe in. Walk forward, belly towards the leg for as far as you can, and then let the head drop. And then lift up nice and slowly. And just engaging through the core before we lie down. So start to lean back onto your tailbone, fingertips behind the knees. If you can pick up the feet and keep that V shape with the body, you can take it. You can extend the hands forward, draw the belly in, lift the heart. If you want to keep toes down and just find the V shape, you can take that option. We're just holding for a few breaths. Lovely. One more breath. And then bring the toes down. From there, take an inhale, palms to the sky. Roll your way down through the back. And when you get to the floor, hug the knees into the chest. Take a little rock or a circle of the knees to massage out through the low back. Just circling the knees, take them in both directions. And then pick up the feet, send soles to the sky, and draw the knees down wide off the body for a happy baby. Take a final couple of breaths. And then from there, you are moving into your savasana. If you want to grab any layers or a blanket, please feel free. Make it comfy, make it cozy. If you want to place a bolster or anything under the backs of the knees, just to release the low back, you can take that. And when you have made all your modifications, made yourself comfy, you can settle into Shavasana. I'm going to go through a progressive relaxation before finding that stillness and silence for the last few minutes. So as you settle, just find your breath. Be aware of the body. Be aware of the space that you hold. Take the awareness down into the feet. Without doing anything that causes discomfort, just tense the feet. You can stretch out the toes, you can tense through the feet, you can flex them, find tension. Hold it for a few breaths. Be aware of that sensation. Be aware of the effort. And then let it release. Find complete softness through the feet. Draw awareness up into the calves, the lower legs. And again, tense where you can. Find effort. Find energy. And as you breathe out, let it release. Move awareness up into the thighs. As you breathe in, draw the thighs in, hug the thigh bones, lift the knees. Create as much tension and energy there as you can. And then let it go. Let the legs feel heavy. Bring awareness into the hips. With as much tension as you can find, clench in on the glutes, squeeze the bum, lift the hips. As you breathe out, release everything you have. Tense through the belly and the chest. Draw in the core. Even if there's minimal movement, find that tension up towards the shoulders. And then let it go. Bring awareness into the arms, from the shoulders down to the hands. Form a fist. Create tension through the arms. Hold it and be aware of that sensation. And then let it go. Finally, bring awareness up into the neck and the head and the face. Clench the jaw. Clench the muscles. And then release. Be aware of the body feeling still, and feeling heavy. And take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, release any remaining tension. Start to gently draw your awareness back. Before you start to move, take time to observe the body. Be aware of all the things from your day that have left your physical body and your mind. Feel a sense of freedom and space. And then begin to deepen your breath. As you find those deeper breaths, bring small movements back into fingers and toes. Allow those movements to spread through the body. Gradually bringing yourself back. You can take a stretch, rock the legs and the head. As you come back to your surroundings in your own time, make your way back to a seat. Move nice and slowly. Keep that sense of ease. And as you land back, keep the eyes closed. Enjoy the space that you've created in your physical body and your mind. Breathe into it. And then here we can close our practice together. Take a final big breath in, reach the arms up high. Breathe out as palms connect. We take thumbs to the forehead, kind thoughts, to the lips for kind words, and to the heart for kind actions. Thank you for joining me this evening. Namaste.